So for today's discussion, we are on the last kind of variation, and that is combined variation. So from the word itself, combined variation, meaning this is a kind of variation that involves direct variation, inverse variation, and joint variation. So that is the reason why we called it combined variation. So we have here the statement t varies directly as x and inversely as y. So how are we going to write that into an equation? So you have here, as I am always telling you that we have to write down the equation by term. So t varies directly as x. So how are we going to write that? So that is t varies directly, so do not forget to write your constant of variation k as x, so kx, and inversely as y, so that is as inversely as y. So that is your equation. So now if you are asked to solve for k, or the constant of variation, remember that t has a denominator of 1. So we are going to cross multiply kx times 1, that is kx, because any number multiplied to 1 is still the same. T times y is yt, or ty. Since we're only looking for the constant of variation k, we divide both sides by x. So dividing both sides by x, this is 1 now. K times 1 is 1, so your k, so let me write the equation here. Your constant of variation is equal to ty, or yt, so it would not matter because multiplication is commutative, yt all over x. So that is your k. So let us translate some of the um, statements into equation. So let us have, okay, m is directly proportional to n and inversely proportional to the product of p and q. So m, unahin natin yung unang statement, m is directly proportional to n. So that would be m is directly proportional or equal to k over n. So your constant of variation n. Inversely, so that would be on the denominator, to the product of P and Q. So the product of P and Q. So this is your equation. Now, how about number 6, or this example? The resistance R of a wire is directly proportional to the length L of the wire and inversely proportional to the square of the diameter d. So let us start with the first statement, r directly proportional to the length L. So that will be resistance is equal to directly proportional to length, so KL, and inversely, so that is inversely to the square of the diameter d. So meron tayong term dito na square. So meaning that is equal to d squared. So that's it. How about this one? The tension T in the string varies directly as the square of speed. Again, you have your square. So I will write that as T varies directly. So you have your constant of variation as the square of speed s. So the square of speed s, so s squared, and inversely to the length of the string, so O over L. Okay, how about this one? The maximum load M. So M is directly proportional to the breadth B. So I will be writing it down to KB, dahil direct variation, and to the square root of the depth D. So kailangan meron tayo ditong square root ng depth D. And it is daw inversely, so all over L inversely as the length L. So, medyo nabitin dito sa space. So, that is equal to M is equal to KB square root of D over 1. So, let us solve problems now. Okay, let us start with number 1. So, let us first read the statement. R varies directly as S. So, we write that. So, R varies directly as S and inversely as the square of U. So, that would be U squared. So, this will be our equation. Now, let us use the given. R is 2 when S is 18 and U is 2. So we first find the value of K. So let us substitute. So this is R. Okay. So R now is 2. So I'll be replacing R with 2. And that is equal to K will be still K because we're solving for K. S is 18. So times 18. Okay. Wait, okay. And U is 2. So take note that 2 is raised to 2 because that is U squared. So that's it. So we first simplify this one. So that would be 2 is equal to K. Oh, K times 18 is 18K. So let us make this as 18K divided by 4. Now let us cross multiply. So the denominator is 1. 1 times 18 is 18K. And 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Okay, let us continue our solution here. So now we have to solve for the value of K. So we divide both sides by K. By 18 I mean. So that is 1. 18 divided by 18 is 1. K is now equal to 8 over 18. But remember that we have to simplify the answer. So let us divide both sides by 2. I mean we divide both numerator and denominator by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4 and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So meaning our constant of variation is 4 over 9. So I will be substituting this to the given. So R now is equal to 4. So that would be on the numerator. K S over 9 U squared. So this will be your formula now. So now let us answer the following question. So let me first erase the solution. Okay. Let us erase that. Okay. So let us have A. R is U and S is 27. So by substitution, R is equal, um, so we solve for R when U is 3. So we simply substitute. So 4, I'm sorry, K will not be written anymore because we already have the value of K, which is 4 over 9. So 4. So S is 27. So I'll be substituting that. 27 over 9. What is the value of U? 3. Okay, 3 squared. So let us simplify. Actually, this can be simplified by cancellation of factors. So first, let me show you how it's done. So this now 3 squared is 9. Okay, so times 9. Remember that 9 and 27 can be divided. 27 divided by 9 is 3. Tama. Now, 3 and 9 has a common factor. If I divide this by 3, this is 1. And if I divide this by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So, that is 3. 4 times 1 now is 4. And the denominator is 3. So, the value of your R is 4 over 3. Okay, next. How about S when U is 2 and R is 4? Again, we substitute. So your R is given, so 4. So this is B. So R is 4. This is your equation again, is equal to 4S because we are solving for S. All over 9 U squared. What is the value of U? 2. 2 squared. Okay. So let us simplify. That is 4 is equal to 4S all over 9 times 2 squared is 4. So that is 9 times 4. So let us cross multiply now. 4S times 1, that is 4S, equals 4 times 9 times 4. Okay. Let us continue our solution here. So 4S now. Okay, wait. So that would be 4S is equal to, I will not multiply it, so we could use cancellation of factors later, times 4. Okay. I'll be dividing both sides by 4 so that S will be isolated here. So that will be 1. 1 times S is S. Take note that 4 divided by 4 is 1. So 9 times 4 now is equal to 36. So the value of your S is 36. How about U? So, okay. So let us solve for C. So the question for C is, we find U when R is 1 and S is 36. So again, the equation that we have, R is given 1, so 1 is equal to 4. S is 36, so that is 36 all over 9 U squared. Okay, so since we are solving for U, so this will be cross multiplication, so that will still be the same. 4 times 36 is equal to 9U squared. I'll be dividing both sides by 9 so that would be 1. So the right side will be U. So by symmetric property, that will still be the same. U squared, ito na lang natira, is equal to, take note that 36 and 9 can be divided. What is 36 divided by 9? That is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Next step is to use the square root method. I will be squaring both sides. Square root of U squared is U. And square root of 16 is 4. So the value of U is 4. It could be, the square root of 16 is positive or negative 4. So it could be positive 4 or negative 4. Okay, next. P varies directly as Q and the square of R and inversely as S. So let me write the equation. P is equal to K because it varies directly as K and Q and the square of R, so R squared. and inversely as S. Okay. So on A, we are asked to write the equation of the relation. So this is your equation. B, we find K if P is 40, Q is 5, R is 4, and S is 6. So substitute. So P is 40, so I'll be writing 40 is equal to K because we are solving for K. What is the value of your Q? 5. So we'll replace it with 5. And R, what is the value of your R? 4. So that would be 4 squared because R is squared. Divided by S, and S is 6. Okay, let us simplify. So let me continue. So that is 40 is equal to K times 5. So let me enclose that into a parenthesis. 4 squared is 16 all over 6. So it could be simplified or you could already cross multiply. Let us multiply this two. What is 15? 5 times 16. That is 80. So times K, 80K. So this, when multiplied, this is 80 times K is 80K. So by cross multiplication, this will be 80K. Sorry for that handwriting. 80K is equal to 40 times 6. What is 40 times 6? That is 240. Okay, dividing both sides now by 80 so that K will be isolated. So that is 80. So 240 divided by 80 is equal to 3. So let me have that. K is equal to 3. So meaning to say, from this equation now, we substitute K, which is 3. So your equation will be P is equal to, substituting K, that is 3. So mawawala na yung K, Q R squared over S. So that is your equation now. So we can use this to solve for the next two questions. Okay, let us solve the... Oh, wait. Okay, now we find P when Q is 8, R is 6, and S is 9. So by substitution, that would be P is equal to, so 3. What is the value of Q? 8. 3 times 8. What is R? 6. Take note that is 6 is raised to 2 all over S is 9. So I'll be simplifying this. 6 squared is 36. So that is equal to 3 times 8 raised to, 6 raised to 2 is 36. So times 36 all over 9. I could use cancellation of factors because 36 is divisible by 9. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. So we multiply now 3, 8, and 4. 3 times 8 times 4 is equal to 96. So P now is equal to 96. Okay, so that is the answer for C. How about for D? So let us solve for D. Now for D, we are asked to find for S. So again, same equation, this one, we simply substitute. P is 10 is equal to 3. Q is 5, so I'll be substituting that with 5. And R is 2 all over S. So we can now cross multiply, or let us, simplify this first. 3 times 5, so that would be easy. 3 times 5 is 15, times 2 is 30. So this, okay, so this is a 30. 30 times 1 by cross multiplication is 30. And 10 times S is 10S. So dividing both sides now by 10, so we could isolate S here. So this is S, 10. So that is 1. And S now is equal to 30 divided by 10 is 3. So that is 3. So how about, okay, so that is already the answer. Now, how about the next problem? W varies directly as X. So we write W varies directly as X and Y, and inversely as a V squared. So V squared. W is 1200 when X is 4 and Y is 9, and V is 6. So find W when X is 3, Y is 12, and V is 9. So again, the first step is to solve for the constant of variation K. So what is the value of your K now? So we substitute the given. What is the value of W? 1200. So that would be 1200 is equal to K. Okay. Your X is 4 and your Y is 9. And your V is 6. So take note that that is squared. Now, before doing the cross multiplication, let us simplify this part. 4 times 9 is 36. And 6 squared is 36 also. So I can already divide this. 36 divided 36 is 1. So K now is equal to 1200. So using the value of K now, using our equation, that would be W is equal to 1200 XY divided by V squared. By substitution, we find W when X is 3, Y is 12, and V is 9. So that would be W is equal to 1200. Here X is 3. Okay, that is 3. And Y is 12. So times 12, 12. All over V squared is 9 squared. Okay, so that would be 9 squared. Let us first simplify 9 squared. So 1200 times 3 over 12. Times 12 over 9 squared is 81. Actually, we can already use cancellation of factors. If I divide this by 3, this will be 1. And 81 divided by 3 is equal to 27. So this will be 27. And I can still simplify 12 and 27. I can divide them both by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 27 divided by 3 is equal to 9. Okay, so take note that we are canceling the factors, or so that we can divide it or multiply it easily. Now, 1200 can be divided by 3, and that is 400. So, di-divide ko to sa 3, that will become 400. Ito, pwede ko pa rin ito i-divide sa 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now, wala nang factors na pwedeng pan-divide because 400 cannot be divided by 3. So, this is now the answer. You multiply the remaining factors. 400 times 1 is 400 times 4 is 1,600 divided by 3. Okay, that is 3. Sorry, okay, 3. Can we divide 1,600 by 3? No. So that is already our answer. So that is W. Okay. Last example. Suppose P varies directly as B squared and inversely as S cubed. So let me write the equation. So P varies directly as B squared and inversely as S cubed. So P is 3/4 when B is 6 and S is 2. So let us substitute. This is the first part of the equation. So that would be P is equal to 3/4 equals K. What is the value of your B? 6. Take note that that is raised to 2 all over S, that is 2 cubed. So let us first raise these two powers. So I will be rewriting 3/4 is equal to 6 raised to 2 is 36. That is 6 times 6. And 2 cubed is 8 because that is 2 times 2. 4 times 2, that is 8. Now, so do not forget to write K. Okay, that's 6K. Now, I can divide this by 2, but to make it more simple, let us now cross multiply. 3 times 8 is 24. So I will be writing 24 here equals 36 times 4 is equal to 144. So that is 144K. So let me rewrite that. So that would be 144K equals 24. So since we are solving for K, divide both sides by 144. So that is 1. So K now is equal to 24 and 144 over 144. So we simplify or we rewrite this. These are both divisible by 24. 24 divided by 24 is 1. And 144 divided by 24 is 6. So your K now is 1 over 6. So by substitution now, P is equal to, since that is fraction, so 1 will be on the numerator. So that is 1. So that will only be B squared all over 6. Wait. Six S cubed. Okay. Okay. Now let us continue. Let us answer the follow-up question. Find B when P is 6 and S is 4. So let us first delete this. Okay. So P is 6. So I'll be okay, 6 substituting now. So this is our equation. Since we are looking for B, so that will still be B squared. So this is 6 all over 6. S is 4 and that is raised to 3. Now let us first raise this to power. What is 4 cubed? 4 times 4 is 16 times 4. That is 64. So that is 6 equals b squared all over 6 times 64. Let me now multiply 6 and 64. That is 384. So take note that this is 384. Now, by cross multiplication, b squared times 1 is b squared. And that would be 6 times 384. So getting the product now, 384 times 6 is equal to 2,304 b squared. Next will be squaring both sides of the equation, and that is b, square root of b squared is b, and the square root of 2,304 is equal to 48. So b now is equal to 48.